When it's a discussion about real estate, you will be talking about two things. One, either skyrocketing housing prices and if it will crash, and two, its affordability. Canadian housing prices reached to its peak in February 2022. They started showing some signs of softening with the three-quarter interest rate hike in 4 weeks period. Let's look at the Greater Toronto Area Housing Report to see where we stand on number of sales and average home prices since its peak in February. Hey, I am Jay Dhamgunde. I am a realtor working in Greater Toronto Area. I am bringing you the market update for April 2022. The GTA housing market continued its adjustments to higher borrowing costs with the number of transactions down on a monthly and annual basis. And as has been the case with the previous rate tightening cycles, some home buyers have moved to the sidelines. They are to determine how they will reposition themselves in the marketplace where the high rate environment and related impact on the affordability. Based on the trends observed in the April housing market, it certainly appears that the Bank of Canada is achieving the goal of slowing consumer spending as it fights higher inflation rates. Negotiated mortgage rates rose sharply over the past 4 weeks. That has prompted some buyers to delay their purchases. Moving forward, it will be interesting to see how the Bank of Canada strikes the balance between combating inflation versus stunting economic growth. Trade has reported 8,008 home sales in April 2022. That is 41% decrease from last year, that is April 2021. Additionally, home sales are down by 27% from March 2022, that is from the previous month. On a year-over-year basis, the declining sales are coming mainly from 905 area, that is the area adjacent to Toronto, and this decline is mainly coming from the detached homes. The average selling price in April 2022 remained at 1.254 million, which is 15% higher compared to last year's price, but it is 3.5% lower compared to the previous month. Despite slow sales, market conditions remain tight enough to support the higher selling prices compared to the previous years. However, in line with TRADE's forecast, there is evidence of buyers reacting to an increased volume of choices in the marketplace, with the average and benchmark prices dropping month over month. It's anticipated that there will be enough competition between buyers to support continued price growth relative to 2021, but the annual pace of growth will moderate over the coming months. Now, the policymakers should not assume that because home sales are off their record peak, we can ignore the lack of inventory in the market. Buyers who have moved to the sidelines will not remain there forever, and the population of the GTA will continue to grow. The absence of new supply will build up to a significant amount of pent-up demand, which will need to be satisfied in the not too distant future. When looking at the new listings, it can be seen that the amount of new listings is decreasing, indicating that sellers are also backing off from selling their homes. Lastly, the average number of days spent on the market has decreased since last month by 27%, further indicating that the housing market is slowing down. Looking at the charts for the sales and average prices, we can see that the average prices of the housing has continuously increased since last year, reached to its peak in February 2022 and has dropped for the past 2 months, while the number of home sales has steadily decreased since March 2021. This is a significant drop if we look at the March 2021 and April 2022 data. In conclusion, we have observed that there is a decline in the number of transactions on both monthly as well as yearly basis. There is a decline in average sales price over the past 2 months, but a net increase of 15% over the past year. We can see that there are buyers who have moved to the sidelines as the Bank of Canada has increased the interest rate to combat the high inflation, and that the supply issues still persist. My gut feeling is that the population growth in the GTA as a result of immigration will bring enough competition in the near future to boost the home prices on a year-over-year basis. Thanks for watching my April 2022 market update. If you have any questions, feel free to call me or email me. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button and share with your friends and subscribe. Thank you.